I wonder when Home Depot's gonna release their stuff.
Hey!
Huh?
What are you thinking about over there?
Oh, nothing.
Home Depot. Home Depot.
Oh, hey, Ozzy.
Home Depot. Home Depot.
Hi, how you doing?
Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot.
Are you listening to me?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot.
Get it together. It's all in your head. It's in your head.
Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot. Home Depot.
Oh. Home Depot. Okay, guys, it's here. It has arrived. The time has come. At last, at long, long last, we have finally seen some demo footage of the new props coming to Home Depot. Yeah, I feel like I've been waiting a lifetime for this one.
It's been 84 years.
But it's here. It's done. We've not seen everything yet. Not all the footage has come out. There'll be more to talk about. Probably as I'm editing this video, more things will be released. So you can guarantee this is part one of maybe two, maybe three. I don't know how many more there's going to be. But this is at least something. This is something to go off. So let's talk about these amazing props. So these things dropped in the US at 12 a.m. US time. So that would be like 5 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So I woke up to all these things. I've seen these things only as I've sort of opened my little eyes. So I haven't actually watched any of this. This is still, I'm so ready to see this stuff. So what I thought I'd do something that I haven't done for a while. I do it as a reaction. I'm going to watch the footage that I can find and I'm going to watch it and react to it, and you're going to see my reaction to it in real time. I'm so excited. I really am. I will just mention anyone's footage that I use. I will leave the link to their channel in the descriptions because I don't have access to Home Depot's website or anything because I'm in the UK. So I'm relying on seeing other people leaking this stuff. So let's do this. So originally I thought I would leave this prop last and react to this last, but I've got to see it first. This is the one I'm most excited for. I have got to see this first. So the first thing we're going to react to is the 12-foot hovering Reaper. Let's do this.
Mortals, bear witness. This Halloween, he will reap what he sows.
It looks so good.
Hovering high above the ground.
Wow.
The 12
I've actually got shivers.
animated levitating Reaper surveys his earthly hunting
so
ground,
enormous.
seeking fresh souls.
Look at that
and
face.
bringing death
That is
from
amazing. That is good.
Merely ants in my game of death and
Wow.
destruction.
Ants in
Enormous
my
hands
game of death and
clutch an
destruction.
even bigger scythe and staff.
The scythe looks
While tattered
amazing.
black robes conceal this grim
So
gloom.
realistic. I love that hovering. I love the way they've
dark
made it
of
hover.
night, this floating phantom emanates an array of
You know what? I wasn't
Let
sure
them
about the
settle
lights,
with time.
but I actually like the
Select
lights.
your
I think I would
style
personally
with
pick
the
orange or
hue
red
most
because he
horrifying.
looks
Catch
like
his ageless,
burnt or
lifeless
something.
eye,
but
and the 12
yeah, it looks great in the
animated
red.
hovering Reaper
Amazing.
will tell you your fate. His head and jaw
And his
come
heart,
to
his
life
head's moving.
with realistic
Actually, the
motion
material they've
as
used
he
on the hood
speaks.
looks really good.
You may attempt to flee, but the darkness shall swallow you whole. This Fright Night, it's not the chill autumn air that cuts deepest. The 12-foot animated levitating Reaper.
Amazing. Amazing. I'll review these at the end. Now, we've also seen some footage of the Deadwood skeleton. We've also seen some footage of Skelly's dog and all these sorts of props that we kind of already know what they're doing. The Deadwood skeleton's already been released. We've also had some better footage of Frankenstein too, Frankenstein's monster. They all look really good. Go and check them out, but I don't think I'm going to bother reviewing them because I've already done it. They look really good in the footage. I think they've done them a really good, they've done them justice, which is what Home Depot's footage always does. It makes these props, it sells these props, it really, really does. But I don't think I need to particularly react to these things again, even as awesome as they are. The second thing I'm going to react to is something that I've only heard rumor of and seen very sketchy pictures of. And it's not something I'm personally a fan of, but I think this is gonna do well. And that's the Trickster Trio stack, 7.5 foot. It's the 3 clowns. You know how I feel about clowns, but maybe this one will change my mind. Let's do this.
It's the perfect night for some devious pranks.
Okay. Interesting.
You do well.
So obviously stacked, 3 of them. Stacked.
Animated Trickster Trio. These
They actually look pretty good.
one thing in mind, and it isn't
I actually like the way they look. They're all moving as in their mouth movement, so that's great. Their eyes are lit different colours. That's pretty cool. And obviously you can unstack them, which is really, really cool. I like that. I like that you can change these up, have them stacked or unstacked. One of them's holding a hammer. He's clearly the one on the top.
Swinging their heavy hammer, jaws open and
Yeah.
closing with realistic motion.
They're pretty good.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Hush. Enough jokes. Philip. Philip who? Fill up my bag with candy.
Okay, fill up my bag with candy.
Display each fearsome fool separately for a carnival of
Yeah.
coverage. Or stack them up.
I like that. I like that you can change these up, so that's pretty cool, I have to say.
However you handle this handful, you'd better give them what they want, or they'll make sure your Fright Night is an absolute smash.
Trick or treat.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so that was the Trickster Trio. Okay. Then we've got one that I had no idea Home Depot was bringing out, and that's the first, at least, of their licensed props, which is Chucky. Now, just gonna say this before I watch it. Chucky was one of the first horror movies I ever saw. I saw this when I was 5. Yeah, I was way too young to see Chucky. It still sends a shiver up my spine to this day, I think because I was so little when I saw it. I think actually it's Chucky that kind of frightened me off horror movies forever, because I saw it so young. By accident, I kind of snuck into a room where older kids were watching it and watched it and frightened myself for a lifetime. I'm not damaged at all. But it will be interesting to see what they've done with this Chucky. So let's check it out.
Go ahead and shoot. I'll be back. I always come back.
Okay, so he's like the classic kind of clean Chucky. He's not got the stitch face or anything. So it's like from the first original Chucky movies, I would say.
Good guy down. Friends, meet
Definitely looks like Chucky.
Had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I
Good
can
eye
take.
movement.
Standing
I like it.
3.5
I like
feet
it.
tall, this freckled relic
It's exactly how I imagine, how I remember him.
best friend and
In a terrifying
worst
way.
enemy. He may look innocent enough
Bit
in
of
his
blood
striped
splatter
shirt and
on the
overalls,
outfit.
but play at your own risk. The 3.5
I do like the way they've got the eye movement, and a good thing as well, mouth movement. So that's really cool. Look at the way he's smiling.
And watch this
The mouth. Oh, look at him smile. That's
Just
cool.
like in the movies. Watch
Oh,
and
that's
roar as
creepy.
the dead-eyed doll
I like the way they've
begins
done that. So
to
they've
move.
added like a
Blink
smiling.
and speak.
As a doll.
Oh, that's creepy.
I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up.
But the 3.5 foot animated Chucky doll isn't toying around.
I am Chucky, the
killer dog!
So that was Chucky. I think he's got to be popular. So the next thing is the 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan, which Dullahan is Irish, right? So this is the Headless Horseman thing. Okay, let's check this out.
Lost are we? Saddle up with Ireland's
I was right,
noggin-less
Irish.
nightmare. The 8.5-foot Knight
Dullahan.
in the crow-black
Very
light,
cool.
his red
Very,
LED
very
eyes
cool.
smolder like two hot
Wow.
coals. His menacing mouth and exposed chest radiate with rage. Rearing
I love this guy.
excitement, this
He looks
massive
so
man
good.
has
So the
glowing
horse's
red
head is
eyes that
moving,
give a ghoulish
just
glow.
very subtly moving.
Be the unfortunate one who captures their
I like the
attention,
arm and head
and the
movement.
two
It
come
looks great.
alive. The horse's head moves.
Is he gonna have an
up and
Irish
down
accent?
as its rider's arm swings wide?
So the arm
Hand
is
in
swinging.
hand,
Cool.
The horseman's jaw begins
We
to
knew the jaw
move
was gonna move,
as he
but it's still
delivers
cool.
one of 6 thrilling threats.
I'll give you a running start. I do enjoy the chase and earning my trophies.
Cool line. Not an Irish accent though.
Here I come.
That's an English accent.
If you're looking for a Halloween
I'm not sure that'll go
ride
down
or
too well with the
die,
Irish.
You found it. The 8.5-foot Knight Dullahan.
Okay. So that's cool. I really like the look of him. Really like the look of him. Let's move on. Now we've got the Plague Doctor. Now initially I saw the Plague Doctor. Really, really liked the look of this. I think a lot of people were impressed. Let's hope they haven't screwed this up.
Come in. The doctor will see you now. Towering
He is very
above
tall.
even the healthiest specimens. The 7-foot
He's got
animated
glowing
LED
stuff.
Plague Doctor
Doesn't look
casts
terrible.
a shadow on all who cross its path. Its
I
big
like the lights
beacon of
flashing in the
light
staff.
and foul-boned
The eye
staff
lighting
fill
is
amid
great. I love the
dreary
lantern.
with bright LED light.
It is.
And his distressed
Oh, the eyes
cinder
change
goggles
colour.
change colours. While the death-proof bird mask
Yeah.
and tall, stiff
The
collar
costume on this is
illuminates a
sick.
long
I have to
black
say,
beak
this is a really well
and
thought through
wide-brimmed
costume.
hat that
Not
are its
sure they needed the
signature.
little neon strip,
His
but it's not
strong
terrible.
gloves and
I'm not
big
really
boots are
disappointed.
blacker
It does
than the
look pretty
Great
cool.
Death, while his brown satchel is a catch-all for powerful potions.
There is evil here. I will rid you of it.
Okay. That's an okay line. I like that line. So that's all the footage we've got on that one so far. Now this is an interesting one. This is the one that, from what I gather, this actually is this year's Lethal Lily. Like, it's obviously not Lethal Lily. It's Captain Cuts. But this is the one that's apparently, I thought Frankenstein's monster was going to be this year's Lethal Lily, but apparently no. It's Captain Cuts. This prop apparently has got so much movement, so many servos in the head, and it looks great, I've heard. But let's have a look.
Encountering Captain Cuts on
He
the
does
high
look
seas.
impressive, I have
To
to
capture
say.
the essence of pirates of old, we
Ooh,
made sure to
ooh,
include
he's
the
got a lot of
greatest
movement.
detail possible.
I like
His
the parrot.
first-mate parrot helps him target every foe.
Costume's
before
still a
his
little
sword
bit
strikes down
questionable,
his
but
enemies
oh,
in
look at
battle.
that eye movement. I like the
Inspired by
sword
last year's
slit.
fan favorite,
Oh,
Lethal
oh,
Lily
look at the
Witch,
eyes.
We modeled his facial movements after
Oh,
her.
wow.
Pay special
That
attention
face
to how
mold
the
is
servo motors
insane.
move both the real eye and the skull and crossbones
Oh,
glass.
it's got a skull and crossbone on the
These
eye.
tiny motors
Ooh,
capture
that's
the slightest
cool.
movements to add to his realism. His eyebrows, beard, aged skin, and scars
Oh, yeah.
show how tough of a life our captain
His,
had on
yeah,
the
his
sea.
face looks so
This piece
gnarly.
has 5 lifelike movements, incling a new
I like
swaying
the
motion
details on the
from his
costume.
time on the water.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of swaying and
Another
turning.
scallywag to join me, crew.
Okay, so we don't hear a great deal out of him, but it's a classic pirate line. Here come another scallywag. Okay, that's fine. I'd like to hear a bit more out of him. I do like that movement though. That is super cool. There is footage too, very briefly just to mention, of the murderous maple, which is the tree with the light in it. It's very cool. I have watched that one, but I'm not going to review it because it's a tree. But it's cool. Now we're going to see some proper footage of the Victorian vampire, which I've talked about several times in my most recent videos. Come on, Victorian vampire. Please be good.
Next, we have the 7-foot-tall Victorian vampire. When you think Halloween,
He looks good.
are at the top of the list of iconic creatures.
He does look good.
Our
I
team has
like
been
that
working on this
costume.
piece for a long time, trying to perfect our version of the
Yeah,
vampire.
the eyes
We
look
couldn't be more proud of
yellow
this
in
piece.
this. Far better than
This
those
classic villain
others we've seen
can be
really.
the centerpiece
I
of
think he
your
looks good.
display, or it can accent any collection.
I'm
I
happy.
love the detailing
The
within
mouth
his
movement
teeth,
on this looks
his
good. I like the
eyebrows,
teeth. I
and
like the
realism
eyebrows.
of his clothing.
Clothing
His
looks on
movements really
point.
make those details stand out even more.
Could have done with a bit
This
more
well-dressed
movement,
count
but
also comes with 6 different phrases with a voice so chilling, it will keep you looking over your shoulder every time you pass by a haunting display.
yeah. Okay.
You shall lie there too.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. He looks far better than some of those people's props we saw earlier on this week or last week. I think I'm happy with that. Now we've got the 5.5 foot Fear Valley Wolf, which is another one I've not really heard much about. So let's check this out.
This is our Fear Valley Wolf. The Fear Valley Wolf incorporates our newest movement to be brought to market. We have utilized servo motors to replicate the snarling of a real wolf. As he gets angry, his lips lift to expose his teeth.
Oh, yeah.
His ears
Oh,
move
that's
back and
cool.
forth, and his tail moves to show you that he means business.
Oh, that's
The
cool.
exposed flesh amongst his thick black fur are battle scars from defending his top spot as the leader of the pack.
I like this. Okay, that was really short, but that's cool technology. Then we've got 6.5 foot Jack of Spades. This is Dean the Deathologist's customer? I don't know. Let's check him out.
A couple years ago, we introduced the world to our favorite bartender, Dean the Deathologist.
Yeah, I love Dean.
And this year, we want to introduce you to one of his regulars. This is Jack of Spades.
Jack of Spades.
Jack was definitely influenced by
I
classic
do
mobster
like that kind
We
of
gave the
gilded
skeleton
look.
a golden color
Yeah.
to make him stand out from the other
He
guests.
definitely
at
looks
Dean's
like a gangster.
Make sure you study him closely for all the unique
I like the lit
details
cigar.
incorporated in
That's
it.
really cool.
He has a lit cigar and a glass of bourbon that he raises to his mouth.
Okay, cool.
A skull ring, and even an unlucky dead man's
Oh,
hand.
yeah.
What is really unique and innovative about this piece is customers can choose to have Jack standing, or they can use
Yeah, I
the
thought
included
I'd seen a
base
picture of him
to have
sitting.
seated at a bar
Oh,
or their
okay.
very own pub.
That's cool. So I haven't got any sound of this guy, but he looks really good. Then we've got another one that I've not heard of, and that's the Marionette Witch. Marionettes. Where have we heard marionettes before? I think maybe Spirit and Home Depot are having a little fight with one another behind the scenes. Let's check this out.
To be sure, the 6-foot animated
Oh,
marionette
look at her. Oh, she's there.
witch once had the
completely missed
world
her.
on a string. Now she plays puppet to an age-old curse. Stuck hanging from her sturdy wooden support structure, this woeful witch is desperate to cut it loose. Trigger her
She's
motion
creepy.
sensor and she springs to life, begging and pleading,
Interesting.
writhing on her fixed frame, as her pallid face and eyes fill with LED light.
Hey, you look like you know some magic.
Okay. Then we've got the 6.5 foot Soul Slasher. So let's check this out.
Another favorite of mine with
Oh,
value
of course.
under $100
I just remembered
is
who
our
it
Soul
is.
Slasher.
Soul Slasher. Yeah.
This piece is the perfect partner for our Sitter of the Souls
Sitter of
from
Souls.
last year's
Yeah,
Deadwater
okay.
collection. The Soul Slasher is an imposing 6 and
He's pretty cool. I mean, if you like Sitter of Souls, you'll like this guy.
How he calls out his next victim.
He does. It's
His
kind of
haunting
cool how
voice
he's
is a
pointing.
perfect fit to
And
his
a bit of
frame.
head movement.
What do we have here?
Okay. I like him. Again, he's one of the cheaper end props. So, yeah. Okay. Just worth mentioning as well, we've no footage yet, but we have seen a static picture of this Carnival Carl. So he's another clown prop for this year. No idea exactly what he does. but we've got this picture of him, and he looks like a pretty good clown. If you like clowns, I think you'll like him. It looks like his mouth moves. He's doing something with a hammer. So, I don't know, we'll have to judge that when we've got some real footage. But that's it for now.
You look strong. Why don't you come take a shot? If you lose, I'll just put you in place of the bell.
Before I get too far into the reviewing of those props, I just want to mention as well, there was, of course, footage of the 12-foot Skelly with the updated eyes. I haven't seen any of the updated 2.0 Skelly, which apparently has head movement. I'm sure I'll see that soon. That's new information to me that I only found out the other day. I've said for years we need the Skelly to have some head movement or something, and then apparently it exists this year. So that's really cool. Can't wait to see some footage of that. The updated Skelly, of course, has got those updated LCD eyes. It does look good, but it's just still the same skeleton with LED eyes. So think of that whatever you like. Now it's time to review what we've just watched. And my God, guys, I'm excited. I don't even live in the States. I don't even have access to this stuff, and I'm excited. This all looks fantastic. There isn't one thing there that I've just watched that I was like, disappointed. Everything there has gone above and beyond what I imagined. So we start off, of course, with the 12-foot hovering Reaper. And guys, what is there to say? This is a phenomenal prop. I think if you love classic Halloween, if you love Reapers in any way, shape or form, this guy's for you. He's everything I love about animatronics. This big, imposing, well-detailed, well thought-through, just awesome looking prop. It's mind-blowing to me how awesome that 12-foot Reaper really is. The fact that it's 12 foot is amazing. But we've had lots of 12-foot props that are questionable. This is not one of them. This is not one of them. The phrases are good. The look is good. I love that sort of burnt, crispy bone look it's got. The lighting is actually really good. I was worried when it had the color changing ability that would somehow cheapen it, but it doesn't. Personally, I would still only have it in either orange or red lit, but it just looks phenomenal. It really, really does. I am so pleased they haven't ruined this prop. I'd have been so disappointed if it had had a weird voice or something. It is absolutely spot on. Home Depot, well done. That's how you do it. That is a prop.
You are merely ants in my game of death and destruction.
Then we talked about the 7.5-foot Trickster Trio stack, and I like them. I know, they're clowns, and I'm saying I like them. I do. I'm not a clown guy. I don't like clowns. But what I always don't like about clowns is how they're unimaginative. It's just a clown saying clown phrases, and it's unimaginative, and I don't particularly find clowns scary. These clowns are not scary, but they're cool. They're different. They're three little mini clowns. They're obviously stacked together, so they're quite imposing, the 7.5-foot height when they're stacked together. But beyond that 7.5-foot height, you can break these guys apart and have three individual clowns. So every day, every hour, you could change them up. You could have them positioned in different parts of your haunt. You're basically getting three props for the price of one here. You could have them in different areas of your haunt. You could have them, I'm guessing, split apart as far as you wish. But when you want to, you can stack them together, have them in a really cool part of your haunt. I think they would look really, really good definitely in a carnival themed haunt, but maybe even in anybody's haunt, because they're saying kind of trick-or-treater type phrases. So they're really cool. I like the fact all their mouths move, the different light up eyes, the hammer in the hand. It's really, really clever. Well done, Home Depot. That's really innovative. And I'm going to just say it, considering Spirit Halloween's entire theming is around clown props, I think this is just blown out of the water every clown prop that Spirit Halloween's brought out this year. That could be an unpopular opinion, but it's mine.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Hush, enough jokes.
Philip. Philip who? Fill up my bag with candy.
Then we saw Chucky. Like I said, always terrified of Chucky. It was the first horror movie I ever saw when I was way too young probably to see it. It didn't traumatize me at all. But yes, the prop, very, very cool. If you love Chucky, if you're a fan of the Chucky franchise, you'll like this. It's the classic Chucky. It's kind of the clean Chucky. He's only just started his murderous rampage kind of look. He looks really cool. He's got them blinking, moving eyes, which is such a good Home Depot feature now. The actual Chucky, he looks exactly how Chucky should look. The mouth's moving to those phrases, which is always key, I think. But it's that smile. They've literally added some sort of servo technology to bring his cheeks up, to add that creepy smile that Chucky has. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I am Chucky, the killer dog!
Then we had the Night Dullahan, which again, absolutely epic. The only slight critique, if there is any, is that this is an Irish folklore character, like a headless horseman, but the Irish version. So it's a skeletalized headless horseman. I have heard this myth, this legend, if you like, but it's not got an Irish accent. It's got an English accent. And if you're Irish, that might annoy you. It could annoy you. It even annoys me a little bit. I'm sure it's a very, very tiny critique. Apart from that, this thing looks really, really epic. I love the red glowing eyes, and I like the red light in the chest. The horse's movement is subtle but good. It's really imposing as well, the way they've got that raised up in the air without any support. My friend Scaredad mentioned that. That's really quite impressive. It's lit well, it's moving, the head's talking. It's a good looking prop. Very exciting.
I'll give you a running start. I do enjoy the chase and earning my trophies. Time's up. Here I come.
Then we've got the Plague Doctor, another really good prop, really excited for. Think he looks really good. 7.5 foot, really imposing, really creepy. Classic Plague Doctor look. The costume looks fantastic. The only separate critique, I'm not sure which side of the fence you'll sit on this, is that little neon strip that sort of goes along the collar and around the eyes and around the beak of the mask. I'm not sure that was needed, but you know what? It's pretty cool, and I'm sure in the dark that will look really impressive. I do like the color changing goggles. That's a really cool feature. This is a cool prop. I like Plague Doctors and all that creepy medieval stuff. So yes, this is a winner for me.
Lavender in my mask is barely covering your stench. Bring me the leeches.
Then we had Captain Cuts, and we don't see a huge amount of this prop in the footage we've so far got. But I think if you're doing a pirate theme this year, this is the prop for you. This is a really impressive prop. The costume is maybe the only thing that lets it down. It does look like very cheap material. And I'm sure they've probably only done that to keep the price down as far as they can. But the technology in this thing is stunning. I like the way they've lit the sword. That's cool. The movement in the face, the movement in those eyes, it's all that Lethal Lily stuff again. Really, really impressive. The same things I liked about Lethal Lily, I like about this captain. The face on this is impressive. It's really kind of wrinkled and scarred and just looks like an old pirate who's been on the seas for years and years and years and hasn't seen land in a lifetime. He looks exactly how you want a crispy old pirate to look. He looks so cool. And the one little bit of a phrase we've heard is a classic pirate phrase. So it ticks every pirate captain box. It's just that costume that maybe is wanting.
Here be another scallywag to join me crew.
We saw the Victorian vampire. I know this is one of them props that's divided a lot of people because the footage we've had of this so far has not been the best. I'm glad he looks like that. The mouth movement on this looks exactly how I wanted it. Not like that, but like a nice subtle mouth movement. The eyes are lit well, that just piercing yellow eye with the black pupil in the middle. It looks good. I like it overall. I love the costume on this guy. It is so well put together. I like him. The movement is basic. He could have been doing a little bit more. It would have maybe been nice to see a bit of that servo movement put into this guy in the head. But I like him. I am still a big fan of him, and I'm so glad it's this version of him we're getting and not the sort of weird footage we've so far seen of him.
Soon you shall lie there too.
Then we saw the Fear Valley Wolf, and this is an impressive prop that I was not expecting to think was impressive. At first, when I first saw little pictures of this, I thought, oh, it's just like a big dog, right? It's just like a big snarling dog. And it is, that is what it is. But it's got all these missing patches of fur. You can see like the skeleton, it's like a zombified dog, if you like. It's got like skeleton bones underneath the fur. You can see a bit of like blood and gore. But it's that snarling technology, how they've added those servos in the mouth so that the lips pull back over the teeth. That's epic. That is really, really cool technology. And the ears fold back too. Really, really cool. They didn't need to do that, right? They could have just had this thing barking and making snarling noises, but they've added that technology, and that's impressive. I like that. It's not a prop I'd buy, but I like it. I like the innovation there. That is good. Then we've got the Marionette Witch, which is kind of thrown a spanner in my head a little bit because I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It's maybe the only one I've got a question mark over. The price is good, and I would say this looks better than Bobby Strings. I know, but that's because I like witches and I like witch props and stuff, and I think that would look really good with my other witches. I don't actually know the dimensions of this, but it looked pretty tall. It looked like a 6 or 7 foot prop. It looks like a classic marionette. It's definitely creepy. We didn't hear any phrases, so it's hard to judge based upon that. It might have very basic witch phrases, I don't know. But it's cool. I like this marionette thing. I liked it in Bobby Strings. I still like Bobby Strings, but I think this, for me, is cooler. And also that price point, I think, might make a lot of people go, maybe this one? I don't know. It's very cool. I really, really like it. I missed one. We've got Jack of Spades, which is this cool golden skeleton. I've still not heard any phrases out of this guy, but he looks pretty epic, I have to say. He looks like Dean the Deathologist, cooler customer. He's definitely looks good. I love that lit cigar and the way he's bringing the drink to his mouth. Very, very cool action. I can't wait to actually hear some phrases out of this guy. He will go down really, really well if you've got Dean the Deathologist already in a nice little party setup. I like this guy. I think this is really cool. Again, I can't make a full judgment because I've not heard what he says, but I like Dean, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to like him. Then we've got the Soul Slasher. I was never a big fan of Sitter of Souls, so this one is sort of on the same vibe as that. I knew what this guy said and what he did. He does sound quite ominous, and I do quite like that sickle that he's holding and the way he's kind of doing that pointing action. He is kind of cool, and he is a cool scarecrow prop. I'm just not the hugest fan of those two props personally, but they are quite cheap, so that will probably go down well. And the last one is just that picture we had of the carnival clown, which we've not really heard much about. It looks an impressive clown prop. Again, I would say for a firm that's not really doing a carnival theme, Home Depot has smashed their clowns. I think the two clowns we've seen, the trio and then this guy, I think look really impressive. So if I was Spirit Halloween, I would be a little bit nervous, to be quite honest with you, because they are basically their entire lineup is clown, 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 and I'd say their clowns are better. That's weird, right? Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on this quite long video today. I just wanted to talk about those awesome Home Depot props. I know there will be more to come. There'll be far more to come, and I can't wait to see them. There could be another video joining this one in less than a day, because this is how quickly this will progress now, and I can't wait to see every second of what comes out. So join me then. But thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Go and get some Home Depot stuff. Keep it spooky. Bye.